Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final week of the quarter. Let's see how I did. Okay, so week 13 is finally here. First, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who's commented, emailed, watched the videos. It's been really nice to receive all of your positive vibes, so thank you very much. I'm really happy that you've been able to get some benefit from the videos too. So way back at the start of my journey, I explained that I'd been doing this for 7 or 8 months, and I started off earning $28 an hour, and I'd slowly worked my way up to $33.08 per hour. It was at this point that I decided that I wanted to make a series of videos to really help new people and give them some information about the app. The real driver for this, for me, was my local Facebook group. And I got on there and it was just a really toxic atmosphere. People were doing a lot of whining and complaining and regurgitating the same two stories every day on this group. And those two stories were there's too many drivers on the app and Uber doesn't pay enough money. The other thing that I saw on this Facebook group was the same two questions from new people, which were, how much can I earn, and where's the best place for me to deliver? So let me just address the complaints that people have first. Number one, too many drivers. I can guarantee you, if you're an Uber Eats driver, your idea of how many drivers is appropriate is wildly different to the customer's idea and Uber's idea of how many drivers is appropriate. Customers want speedy service, and Uber wants to solve that problem for them. Please do me a favor and don't worry about how many drivers are on the app. The number of drivers is irrelevant to you. You have an opportunity to earn some income within this framework that Uber has provided. If you can focus on doing that as efficiently as possible, then you'll be miles ahead of the people who are complaining about too many drivers, not enough pay, whatever. Number two, Uber doesn't pay enough. Well, in the words of Jerry Seinfeld, so yes, the pay is low, there's no hiding that. The service is demand-based and it can be inconsistent. If you want guaranteed, reliable earnings, then your best bet might actually be to go and get a job rather than something like this side hustle. Me personally, I want flexibility. I want to work when, where, how I want to work. I don't want to report to a boss. I don't want to have a roster. I don't want to be told what to do. I want to work by myself. There's a whole raft of reasons why I choose to deliver on the Uber Eats platform. So yeah, I agree the pay is not great, but there's more to this role for me than just the money. There's the flexibility and the choice that goes with it. Having said that, you can certainly make a living. This is the minimum wage in Australia. You can see that we're looking at $772.60 for full-time employees on a 38-hour week. Now, if you add in superannuation, this equates to about $21.95 per hour. Now, I regularly make well above this figure in terms of per hour, and in terms of the total dollars amount per week, I can regularly make that sort of $700 to $800 in half the time that it takes a full-time employee to earn that money at $21 an hour. I'm doing this in a job that requires no skills, no education, not even any commitment from me. If I want to turn up, I turn up. If I don't, I don't. So with all of that in mind, does Uber pay enough? Well, I think so. They pay enough that they've kept me coming back for a year. Okay, and now over to the two questions that the new people always have. How much can I earn, and where should I drive? So in terms of earnings, I hope I've been able to show you over the last 13 weeks, what sort of income I can earn in my market. So I believe that with some experience and some knowledge, you can easily be earning between $30 and $35 per hour on average at the end of the week, following the sort of schedule that I work. Question two, where should I drive? So in regards to location, there's no secret location. As much as people in some of these social media places want to protect their special spot. There is no special spot. If you want to make money on the app, you need to go to places where there's a high density of restaurants and orders, pick up trips from there. If you're new to the city, then all you need to do is get registered on the app, open the app on Friday night, and see where that surge heat map is telling you to be. And that's where you go. So I guess my message to you is, be positive, be proactive, learn the app, learn your areas, and just learn how to be efficient at this job, because there's certainly money to be made doing the job. But if you spend your time worrying about how many drivers are on the app and whether you're getting paid enough, then you're not spending time on learning how to get better at what you're doing. All right, let's recap what I was aiming for when I started this project. My goal is to drive at least 160 hours this quarter at $35 per hour. So that would give me roughly $5,000 at the end of the quarter. As of last week, I was at $5,744.29. That was over 170.6 hours at $33.67 per hour. So I'd already made my total dollar target, but I did have to do a few extra hours to get there. And this is what my final week looks like. So I made $464.13 over 12.6 hours. This was at $36.84 per hour. That meant I finished the quarter at $33.89 per hour. Close to 34. Didn't quite make it. Honestly, I was a little bit tired. I'd worked 11 delivery shifts in a row, and on top of everything else. On the Friday night, I calculated that I needed to earn well over $44 an hour for a few hours on that weekend to get that final number up to $34 per hour. So I did keep an eye on the app on that last weekend, and if it was really surging, I was going to go out there, smash out a couple of hours, and try and get that $34 per hour. It just wasn't busy enough, so I let it go. But I'm happy with $33.89 per hour. That is my best quarter so far, and I think it has some very quiet weeks and quiet times of the year in there. So I'm expecting that I can continue to build that hourly rate and hopefully see something even higher next quarter. What's next? I will keep making content for all of you lovely people out there. I am planning to change it up a little bit this quarter and probably focus more on helping to answer questions for new players and solve problems that new players might have. So please continue to tune in for those, and keep those questions rolling in if there's anything in particular that you need to have answered. Thank you all for your attention, your support, your questions, comments, and all those good vibes. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.